Anyways, if let's say Litecoin, LTC, back in April, it was about I don't know, $85 or so. Today's 115. Now, let's look at the LTCN, Grayscale LTCN. In April, it was about the same time period or so. It was about, let's call it $45. So, why is LTCN at under, what was that, 45? Okay. Yeah, 41 or so. Shouldn't it be higher, today? What happened? Charlie, what happened? I need a drink. It's just cola. I have cola for breakfast sometimes. I like something sweet once in a while, especially when I get nervous. It's like, get me something really sweet, so sweeten the day. So what happened? The altcoin season, or should I? I mean, Grayscale was doing good about a month and a half ago. A month and a half ago. Or are we just experiencing a sort of like a latency? Airplane goes by, and a minute later we find the wind finally comes down. It could be that. I mean, we've been talking about this for the last few videos. A fellow named Jeff brought it up, and then I came up with the charts, comparing one and the other, and it just seems like, excuse me, it just seems that people left. A lot, the private, somebody else mentioned, thank you for the comment, the private placement people probably left. Certainly I left about, I took half of my stuff out. I don't know, about 6 months now. Six months ago, maybe a little less. I took it out of some Grayscale and some of the stocks that I had, and I just put it back into the native coins. And from what I see, the natives are doing better than my portfolio. I mean, my portfolio sucks donkey feet. I didn't say that. I said feet. I mean, look at this crap. I mean, it's embarrassing. All these guys that make all these videos, they show their portfolios. Oh, look, I'm a millionaire, or I'm making millions. And look at how dismal this shit is. I had more than this. Of course, I've used it. Well, I sent it. I sent about half of it into the natives, to the native crypto. But all the red is Grayscale. Everything. This will go up. This will eventually go up. AMD, a big company, CEG, electrical power. And then you got all these other ones, which they will. Although, what I've noticed is that, Meta and NVIDIA were quadrupling every year, just about. I think it was like 5 times in a year. Amazon's doing okay so far, but it's been slow. And Walmart has gone up just a little bit. But a lot of these other ones are AMD has come around a little bit, but it's losing again. It's things are not Dow Jones still at 45,000, so it really hasn't. Things haven't moved, but look at this. This is fucking embarrassing. Sorry about that, but this is just freaking embarrassing. I bought File G thinking, oh, from here, it's just going to go up. It did go up somewhat, and then started going out. It went up to like $5 the other day, and came down to $4.38. But it's come up a little bit. It's come up about one third off it. It was like at $2 and I think 90 or something like that. And, of course, LTCN should be at $45, about $45 right now. What the hell happened? It's like the people just they left. And too bad those people that make videos aren't making videos anymore, just to show, hey, maybe they have knowledge of what's going on. And certainly I left, but I didn't leave all. I left some behind just in case this stuff just, zooms. And, the potential is still there, but, little by little, I'm beginning to think that, I don't know. I don't want to say it's over or anything like that. It's over till, next, if we get another bull cycle. I mean, Bitcoin's staying kind of, it's not moving from Bitcoin 111. And yeah, GBTC, it's doing okay. Whoever bought it a few years back when Bitcoin was at 30,000, I bought it, but I got rid of it. Should have, would have, and whatever else comes. So what I did, I was doing yesterday, I was transferring I had to go to the bank. I keep all my information in a bank account in a vault, passwords and all that. And then my attorney has half the other passwords. I know him, he does it as a favor. But I was working yesterday on moving some of my Litecoin native. Okay, I bought some. I got rid of some of the Litecoin. I got rid of my Stellar because Stellar has already popped this time around. I'm not saying that it's not gonna do good, but it's for now. I'm taking a little off the table, and then I put it into Bitcoin Cash. And I took half of my Litecoin and I put it into Bitcoin Cash. I tend to think that Bitcoin Cash is going to get a bigger bang for my money. Keeping it in Bitcoin Cash and, keeping it long term without moving stuff around. That's the only change that I've made. I still have some Polkadot. A little bit of Monero, Chainlink. I got some Chainlink. They still haven't popped, like Polkadot. It's still dormant. It hasn't moved up. However, Stellar has reached its highest points. Dogecoin has pretty much reached its high point. Can it go up? I mean, yeah, of course, but I'm kind of betting. I shouldn't say betting. I'm placing placing my bets on Bitcoin Cash more than anything at the time. It could be that Tron just takes off. It could be that, I don't know, maybe even Stellar may just take off. And probably it'll be around for a while because Stellar is very, very lightweight, extremely fast transactions, and no low fees and no energy usage like the country of Bitcoin. Bitcoin uses as much electricity as what? The country of some country in Europe, the Netherlands, one of those. Anyways, so that's what I did. You know, somebody was saying something that I made a comment in my channel. I don't know, maybe about 5 months ago. I can't remember. That you can't. I don't want to say you can't trust Grayscale, but I'm not betting on them putting all my efforts into it. I believe in it somewhat. I still believe that if you pick it up right now, I'm not selling anything here, guys. Just my ideas, ideas that I've been, I was up a couple hours last night just thinking about back and forth. Am I doing the right thing? And in the long run, it could be that Grayscale can be a phenomenal investment. Then again, if these become somewhat of a sore for them, they're not making money or something, then they probably liquidate the assets, and they give you back your, not what you invested, but what it's worth now. If that ever happens, just put it into the native cryptocurrencies. If the prices are right. I mean, I'm not saying that's what you should do, but that's what I would probably do. So what I'm doing right now is just, I don't know if I should, looking at my account again. I mean, it's freaking embarrassing. Been a year and a half. I've had this account active for probably 2 years now, and started out nice, and now it's like 34,000 under because of this crap right here. Gee. What I hate the most is when people make videos and then they just disappear. And they don't talk about this stuff anymore. It's like, you were talking about this all for several years, and all of a sudden you disappear. That's kind of like, it kind of sucks. It really sucks, and it's disheartening. We've seen that with Kamir. We've seen that with Tesla Changed My Life. He hasn't made a video, and he's making these little videos with AI, and he has a terrible, I mean, out of all the portfolios I've seen, his is worse. I don't know if Kamir and Tesla Changed My Life have got to be the worst. Of course, Kamir, he until the end, he was touting that he was doing the right thing, and he's gonna do this, and he's gonna buy that, and he's gonna make $1 million here, $1 million there. They're delusional. I'm not trying to be, like that. I'm dealing with reality and a chance of making a big jump. And I mean, this is, don't do what I'm doing here, guys. Please don't follow what I'm doing. This is just my ideas and my, you're not going to get this from a broker or anyone else showing you this stuff. This is just some weird guy out there in the internet. Don't if something clicks, okay, but don't follow me. Don't bet your life on some of the stuff that I do, because it's most of the time I fail. Okay, I'll admit most of them, but once in a while I hit a home run, and I usually hit a home run every 10 years or so. 10 to 12 years I hit a grand slam, and that kind of makes up for all the losses that I've had throughout the previous years. But getting back to these, I should do a live stream someday, one of these days, I noticed I got like 150 subscribers. And thank you, thank you. Welcome on board. You know, we try to talk and try to be honest. I'm not here looking for clicks and making 10 videos a day for to get clicks out of them. You know, it's just my idea that ideas that I float around and stuff that I'm doing. Maybe you can pick something up, maybe not. Who knows? Not monetize or anything like that, so I'm not asking for subscriptions or clicks and hit the like button. And if you do, you do. Okay, thank you. You know, probably it helps, but I'm not going to be asking for that. But what I'm doing is, you know, getting back to this is like, I started, like I said, back in 5 months ago. I moved a good half of it into the natives before things really kind of settled down, I guess, which was good because I have as much as right now, pretty much as the in the native crypto than in excuse me, in regular stocks, my stock portfolio. Long term, there's a chance, there's a possibility. Look, I showed you that chart a couple days ago. How, you know, you have this within days, GXLM or XLM, one of those. I forget which one. I showed you that chart. How it just moved up, and within 3 or 4 days, it goes up like what 500% or so. So, who's to say that this coming week or whenever, it just shoots up like crazy? The Grayscale stuff. Who's to say? Who's to know? And like I say again, you know, they're kind of cheap actually for them to I mean, the price versus the Grayscale price, you know, the Grayscale is pretty cheap actually. Once it's going to be cheap once people start, you know, the mad money rushes in to acquire the Grayscale trusts or ETFs or whatever. Once they acquire them, you know, you're just going to explode. So, if you have any Grayscale, I mean, if you have any, you know, just let it sit there. You know, if you don't care, if you didn't put your mortgage on, you know, you don't get a mortgage on these. If you can afford to just let them sit, you know, that would be. I'm doing it. I think I'm gonna leave things as they are. Sooner or later, sooner it could be tomorrow, or later it could be 5 years from now. Some of these are just gonna probably take off, maybe. Now the native is, you know, probably like, I don't know, safer in a sense, in a way. I mean, that's up to you. That's your choice. You know, you're gonna make your own choices on this because nobody knows about this. No, financial people and all that, they have no clue. They have no clue, guys. They really do. It's up to you to make it happen for yourself. If you're not sure about things, you know, don't get into it. Don't you know, get into the sure stuff. You know, what can I say? Do that wealth generator that I've talked about 1,000 times, and that's the best thing, you know, long term, especially if you're a younger person. You know, this gives you nightmares. Native crypto gives you nightmares. Grayscale is better, but I mean, come on, man. What happened? You know, people just left. They just left it. They got tired of waiting. What can I say? They got tired of waiting. So the prices are cheap. That's why you got these. There's no demand. Very little. They're moving very slowly. Yeah. Let's look at Bitcoin Cash. This is the chart for BCHG, and if things were like back in April of 2020, this would be up here already. Right here, it would have actually right about here would have just continued climbing, and probably climbing even more. But you had the mutineers. They didn't see anything happen, so they started leaving. I mean, you had another cycle here, but it didn't do anything. If anything, it started going down. Dismal amounts, 288. Yeah, I remember that. Jeez. 242, whoever bought it at 242. Okay, well, look, from 242 to 427, that's about 100%. Whoever bought here to here, congratulations. You've made 100% in, I don't know, 3 months or so. That's not bad. That's about 25% every 3 months. That's about 100%. No, that's more. That's about 400% in 1 year if this continues on a trend for a year. So it's good, but it's rising, just like BCH, but not at the rate that BCH, the native, is. It's going to be interesting, because once they see all these people that jumped ship, right, they start seeing this just moving up slowly, and they're going to be jumping in again. They're going to say, "Hey, it's going up again. Let's move in there. Let's go back." And then you're going to have a nice big rise, maybe. I don't know. It could be like, it's just, you get a low of 52 cents. It just goes into a deep freeze cycle. Who's to say? But the possibilities are there. The potential is certainly here to reach 2023, or in the beginning, 57. Gee whiz, that would be a beautiful jump. But the thing is, it's alive. It's alive. Look at it here. That's a big jump for something that's kind of like, everybody jump shipped on. It's just that you gotta have long-term patience. Long-term patience. So that's all I got to say for today, guys. That's what I've been thinking about, and that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna hold on to my Grayscale. Like I say, sooner or later, this could just pop like. And in the meantime, the native BCH, what I did yesterday, I was working on it all day. I think that the native BCH would be another. Just don't put it all in the same thing. If you don't have access to a wallet, and you go with Grayscale, but there's a lot of exchanges out there. I'm not gonna name any, but there's a lot of exchanges that you can buy BCH with, and just keep it long term. It may be one coin can be worth 100. I got like how many do I have? I think I have like 14 or 15 coins right now of BCH, the native. That could potentially be 1,500,000. Okay, so if I don't get my million this way back, if I don't get it back one way, probably I'll get it another way. And then I got a couple other things brewing in the background. Okay, guys, that's all I got for today, and Sorry for a long video. It's just a Sunday morning chat, and hopefully you got something out of it. I don't like to hide. If I don't know something, I'm going to tell you. I don't know, but I'm certainly not going to hide. And if things don't go right, that I got it spread out, and so it works out for me. But I think we figured it out. I think we figured it out this weekend that just the buyers are not there for Grayscale. However, do we have an all-going season? Some have popped already. XLM has popped. BNB, I think, has reached its all-time high. Dogecoin, it's reached its all-time high. And there's a couple others, too, that have reached their all-time highs. Solana is another one. There's a few that haven't popped yet. And so we don't have a full-fledged... I mean, I remember the last time around, every shitcoin there was, if you put money in it would rise. Everything rose at the same time. It was weird. And no matter what you had money in, it would just rise like crazy. And then, and then I watched it go down little by little, and now I got back to... Don't take this as advice, please, guys. Don't invest in everything in what I have. If you think you like, go ahead, do it. I'm not telling you what to do. I don't care about your money. Nobody, not even a financial advisor, cares about your money. The only one that cares about your money is you. You, right there. Nobody else cares about it. So it's up to you to be responsible for yourself, to make the correct decisions. Because nobody's going to tell you, listen to me, I'm going to make you a millionaire. Click on my videos and, subscribe. It doesn't work that way. Or sign up for my club. I'll give you special perks. Okay. You are responsible for your own money. I don't care about your money. It sounds bad. I wish that I could say, yeah, I care about you. I care about people. That's why I'm telling you, care about yourself. That's me caring about you. Okay? So I'm a caring guy, but I don't care about your money. It's the truth. Okay? Take care.